Hey, it's Tuesday. I know you feel blessed. I hope you feel refreshed. I'm back. We got another one. Today, we are in day two of a new week, new topic positive personality traits. There are five major ones. Um, and we're going to touch all five this week. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for joining me. Let's see what we got. Hey, Liz B. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for coming in. And Josh, good morning. Thanks for coming in. And hey, Penny, thanks for coming in, cousin. So, y'all, um, this week, the positive personality traits were some of which that I've never seen before. So, I've done my research, and I've done my research from psychologytoday.com, and it's pretty interesting. So, I'm gonna try to wait just a couple minutes and let a couple people come in before I get into it. I'm excited this morning. Um, I don't know. I went to bed kind of early. I kind of dozed off a lot, and then when I finally did go to sleep, it was like such restful sleep. I don't know why, but I feel good. So I hope you feel great as well. I'm trying to get my YouTube pulled up on my other device. So for those, some of you might know, we talked about negative personality traits a few weeks ago, and that was pretty interesting. So I thought I would keep going with that. Um, I normally try to have my topic in mind by Friday. Uh, at the end of the week, be ready for the next week. But last couple weeks, it's been kind of hard to come up with something. So I just thank God for leading me here. And suggestions are still welcome. So if you got any ideas, let me know. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much, Josh, for putting it out there. Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you for sharing. As you know, we have our monthly giveaways on the 15th. Every time you share, you enter into a drawing to win. So, first of all, I was fighting with myself a few times trying to figure out how to say this word. As you can see by the title, we're talking about, I'm thinking consciousness, but then I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. I keep looking at it like, is this conscientious? No, that's not a such thing. Anyway, consciousness. Like I said, these are some that I've never even thought about or seen before. So, using psychology today as my research has been beneficial. And it makes a lot of sense too. Hey, good morning, Frugal Mama. Thanks for coming in. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Um, so, consciousness is a trait that includes levels of people who are extra thoughtful, like thoughtfulness. They are good at self control. They have goals set for themselves. You're just really good at scheduling things and really just kind of being put together behavioral, I guess you could say. Um, because of course we think, well, I'm an adult, I know how to behave, but I mean, as far as staying organized, staying planning your goals, like really speaking affirmations to yourself, manifesting things, and really putting things in perspective for your life. So people who are more conscious are more likely to be very structured. Good morning, Ernesto. Thanks for coming in. Frugal Mama said correct. Okay, so I said the word right. Consciousness. Okay, cool. So, um, most of the time, conscious people work in science, or they have a love for science. They might also work in high retail and finances, like maybe a tax preparer or a payroll specialist, where basically detail is very, very important and structure is very, very important. A place where their day-to-day assignments pretty much stay the same. There's not too much, moving around, not too much changing things. would be more of a conscious minded person. That's what type of job they would like to have, or that's what they might already have. Hey, good morning, Miss B. Thanks for coming in. So a person who is highly conscious is gonna, like I said, plan ahead. You're gonna even analyze yourself and make sure that you're showing up properly, make sure that you don't have an attitude, make sure that you're giving people the benefit of the doubt and all those type of things. You're just gonna show up different. Um, if you think about heads of like HR departments, people who have to maybe they have a team, but a conscious person is going to work alongside their team to help get the job done because they feel like just because their role is, I'm a supervisor or I'm a head of the team doesn't mean they can't do the same job and help overall get the job done. So a conscious person thinks that, hey, let me go ahead and help my team out to get this accomplished instead of just standing back and giving out orders. As I was going through this, doing my research, I'm like, I am definitely not a conscious person. That's something that I could definitely work on. But then in other parts of it, I'm like, that could be me. So basically the definition of a conscious person is just wishing to do the right thing, wishing to um really fulfill your work, whatever your duty is, whatever your assignment is, wanting to fulfill it to its completion. Not only just coming to it, but being prepared to run into obstacles or run into things that might be a little unknown, but also willing to push through anyway to get it done. So a conscious person does that. Um, I think I'm learning to do that because at some point, I would get to certain things and I'll be like, oh no, that's too hard. That's too crazy. I'm not handling that. Let me back up. Let me go back to what I know. But really, it's not as big as it seems when you get to it. Good morning, Sissy. Thanks for coming in. So, um, a person who is high in consciousness, we're going to be, I said we're, I don't know if it's me, is it you? I don't know. Because, like I said, there's just a lot of different parts of it to make up a conscious person. But hey, I think that we all can be a little better, especially me. Um, so, if you're conscious, you're going to want to be responsible, you're hardworking, you got your goals, you're organized, um, you you like rules, things that are normal. You don't want anything to be put out of place or anything that is like um, anything that's outside of your self-control. You're going to be very self-controlled, you're going to be responsible, you're going to be reliable and all this and that. Okay, Miss B, tell Angel I said she's welcome. That's my little sis right there. She reminds me so much of my sister. um Good morning, Tamika. Thanks for coming in. Liz says, I believe you do it every day without thinking about it. With daily life, you're always doing something that needs to be completed. That's true. All right. So, yeah, that just confirms it. That I guess we all do have, that piece of consciousness in us. That's a good analogy or analysis. Is that the word? um, excuse me. So, where was I? Um, so the definition of a conscious person is just wishing to do what's right, especially when it comes to work or whatever job you have to do to get it done. Um, I was gonna say something very important, and I don't remember what it was. Okay, excuse me. So a conscious person is good at just impulse control, good at self control, good at regulating things. Like, you're not gonna let's just say you're going shopping and you got $150. You're like, I'm gonna spend this, and I know I got 300 in my pocket, but I'm only gonna spend 150. You're not the impulsive type of buyer. You're gonna make sure you spend 150 or less. So it actually whether you look at it short term goals or long term goals, being conscious is important just because, at some point I feel like life is easier. It can be easier if you set a plan, if you set a goal, if you maybe look at I want to do this, this, and this, and then it takes the extra step to actually pull out a calendar and write this, and this on certain days of the week. But just to start that is being conscious. Good morning, Mobina. Mobina, did I say it right? I appreciate you coming in. It's very good to see you. I'm glad you could catch me live. It's always good to see a new face and welcome, welcome. So, um, if you're conscious, you're going to behave cautiously. You're just going to be very careful. You're going to take things, anything given to you or brought your way, you're going to take it very, very seriously. Um, Consciousness is needed for success, whether it be in love, whether it be at work, whether it be at being a parent, all that stuff is it's important to have some part of consciousness in yourself. Um, and being conscious could affect your health. Being more conscious could affect your health in a positive way. It could affect, just how you handle situations that might continuously come up. You're not gonna stress out about it. You're gonna, be prepared and not be afraid to handle it. If you're conscious, you're more proactive. You're gonna make, you're gonna want to solve problems immediately. You're not gonna put them on the back burner, no matter how big or small they are. You're automatically thinking about how am I gonna fix this situation. Um, so a conscious person is not only setting goals, but like I said, they're gonna set a timeline as well. Um, you're gonna want to do well at anything that requires detail. So if you think about some jobs, thinking about surgeons, doctors, pilots, like that's how much concentration, you know, is portrayed of in the mind of a conscious person. I thought that was interesting. Surgeons and doctors and pilots are more conscious people. Wow. Um, and it's no surprise that people who are more conscious are less likely to smoke, less likely to drink, try things, less likely to be behind bars, and all that type of stuff. So, um, I'm getting this almost perfect person image in my head. Almost perfect because nobody's perfect, but uh, you know, obviously we a lot of us do some of these things and we don't even realize it. So we're already being conscious. But maybe we could take it a step further and be a little more of a planner, a header. Is that a word? What? A planner, a header? I don't know. But we could, be a little more conscious and plan ahead a little more and just see where it might take us. Hey, 1B, thanks for coming in. Mobina says, I want to get a key. I'm not sure what you mean, Mobina. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Um, so hey, good morning, cousin. I love you too. I appreciate you popping in. It's always good to see you. Stay well, stay well. So, if we talk about how a conscious person is acting, well, hello, busy street. Sorry about that. So, how a conscious person is acting, we're not, like I said, we're not impulsively buying, we're not impulsively reacting, we're not, we might be a little upset about something, but we're not in over our heads and flipping out and being irate. We are more than likely ready to sit down and get inside of our head and figure out how to fix it. Um, If you're more conscious, you're paying your bills on time. You don't have time to be like, oh, I'm gonna wait till next month for this. I'm gonna pay a little bit this month and pay a little bit next month. Nope, you're gonna get your bills paid. You're gonna keep your promises. You're gonna show up on time. You're gonna take notes when you feel like you need to take notes. You probably have a notebook everywhere. Um, Self care, in terms of not hair and nails and all that, but in terms of spiritual self care, exercise, good sleep, healthy diets, all that good stuff. And you're less likely to engage in risky behaviors that could affect your health, eating, all that good stuff. Um, choo-choo-choo. I thought it was interesting that being out in nature and becoming an adult affects this personality trait. A lot of us are born with it, we lose it, and then depending on how much we might spend in nature, or depending on how much we're not only getting older but getting more wisdom, is depending on how you could be a conscious person or not a conscious person. How y'all doing? Greetings to you as well, Mobina. Thank you. Um, you're gonna behave more consciously if your environment is consistent. If you're always moving around, if you're always, um, not able to set up shop and get comfortable in your own spot, whether it be work or home or whatever, then you're more likely to be less conscious. Sorry, I had to take a drink. So, if we, it's funny as well. I thought it was interesting. Like I said, I did research, and I'm surprised at myself. But what they said was that just because you're more conscious at work doesn't mean you're conscious at home, or vice versa. You could be, very scheduled, orderly, nice, neat at work, but at home you could have a method to your madness. That's me. Because when I go to work, I mean, I consider YouTube work. I have my notebook. I got my all this stuff is set up neat right here. Whereas day to day life, you might look at my dresser drawer, and it's all over the place, but I know where it's at. So just because you're more conscious here, doesn't mean you're more conscious there. I think it's a good habit to um, get into one accord on both sides, whether it be work or home, just so that it all kind of flows together and there's no bumps in the road. Like, okay, my flow was good at work, but now I come home and it's a wreck. That could cause chaos, that could cause stress and all that type of stuff. All right. Yeah, share the live, please, please. Um, just depending on how conscious you are is really just gonna determine your work related successes, especially because if you're more conscious at work, you're gonna be looking for ways to improve, looking for new things to learn and things like that, so that you can learn more, or so that you can make more money, right? So you can move up in the company and do all those good things. So studies have shown that consciousness can be hereditary, only only to a certain extent, but the other part of consciousness comes from how we were raised, who we watched coming up. Um, okay. A person a person can be too conscious as well. And if you're way too conscious, you are more likely to experience burnout. Burnout is about 50% in people with professions like psychology, doctors, physicians, pilots, like those things that we were talking about earlier. So it has its benefits, but it also has its um what is the word I'm looking for? It's not in benefits. Its benefits, I don't know what the word is, but it's pros and cons. All right. Um, where was I? I tend to get distracted, so I'm sorry. Thanks for hanging in there with me and following along. Um, do do do. So conscious people are more likely to follow the rules to the T, the speed limit, or um, if they say take one creamer for this coffee, you're gonna take one creamer. You're not gonna take four. Somebody like me, I'm like one creamer is not enough. Even though the sign said take one, let me get a couple more. I mean, I'm still working on that. But anyway, um, this just applies to anything, whether it be in relationships, whether it be at work, and things like that. You're just gonna abide by the rules. You like it to go smoothly. You don't like any disturbance, any uproars, anything like that. So you're gonna try your best to uh, be conscious and make sure that you're showing up the way that you're supposed to show up. If you're less conscious, you're more likely to oversleep. You're gonna be late for class. Um, if you get um, what am I trying to say? If you're less conscious, you're going to oversleep. You're going to be late for class and work and things like that. Um, but you could change that around. You could, change that around and um, be more of a preparer, doing things ahead of time, so that you don't run into things like that. Maybe you're taking notes. Maybe if you're in school, you're doing a rough draft and not just doing the essay and getting it done and turning it in, but you're actually um, actually doing a rough draft and actually like this is what I plan to do, but now let me go through it again, taking that extra time just to kind of really perfect whatever you're doing. Exactly, you got to take extra to prepare for what may happen. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Happy to be here with you, friends. I appreciate you, Mobina. Hey, Grandma Patty, thanks for coming in. Anne Marie says, be organized. Yes, better time management. Absolutely. I think I'm good at time management, and organization could be better. But yeah, all those little things. I'm at this point as I'm doing this, I'm picking myself apart. Like, I'm doing that, I'm not doing that, and so on and so forth. So it's really interesting as you learn more about things like this. Even a more conscious person is going to have it. It could mean that you could have lower blood pressure, or lower rates of diabetes, or lower rates of strokes, or um, fewer heart pains, or fewer joint pains, and other things like that, because we already said that somebody who is more conscious is paying attention to their health, what they're eating, and movement, and all that good stuff. So I understand how you could be a lot more healthier if you're a lot more conscious as well. Do do do. So self care is important. Self care, I think, is important to all of us in our own ways. Uh, I think self care can mean a lot of different things, though. Um, so this here says that someone who is more conscious is on a higher degree of self-care and enjoys longer life. I guess it just depends on what self-care means to you, whether that would be accurate or not for me. Um, excuse me. Goodness. So people with you could be a perfectionist, you could be a workaholic if you're a more conscious person, and that could be good and bad. It might be good for so long, but eventually um you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna maybe be more likely to stress out when things around you start to crumble, things like that. So, while they said that being conscious makes you stronger for things like that, dealing with problems and situations right away, it could also make you more vulnerable for a lot of stress and a lot of burnout. I guess it just depends on the person and what it is that's coming up against you. So that was it. That was the end of my notes. Um, I thought that was so interesting. And there's gonna be more. Um, we got 3 more days. So we're gonna break it on down. I'm trying to get into the habit of scheduling things ahead of time. So you might have noticed I got a couple things scheduled already. Um, this Sunday I'm gonna be well. First of all, Friday. Every Friday I give a bit of my testimony and I read the word, talk about what it means to me. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you on every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern live. You'll see my face, and you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for listening. Um, so that's Friday. Saturday, I don't know. It could be a vlog. It could be a random video. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get into this vlogging thing, but y'all, my life is just not that interesting right now. So I'll be like, I don't know what to show you besides a bunch of cooking and cleaning every week. We'll figure it out. But I'm working on trying to be better about money. I'm working on trying to learn about stocks. So as I learn these things, I want to bring these things to you. So look out for those type of videos, money videos, tips and tricks and all that. Um, what else? On Sundays, I'll have some type of motivation, inspiration video. Last week, we talked about peace. This week, we're just going to talk about, I'm going to be a little bit more transparent and telling you more about myself and what I'm learning. All right. My oldest was talking to me. I appreciate you. I was waiting for your new video on your channel. Wish you continue successful support, my dear. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that, Mobina. Um, it means a lot. Let me know I'm doing something right. So, where was I? So we got Friday testimonies and getting into the word. Saturday is going to be a vlog or a money video, and Sunday is going to be inspiration, motivation type of video. Besides our Monday through Friday encouraging talks, um, I'm trying to fit in time during the day to go live and chat with y'all, but I don't know. Look up for pop ups as well because my little one is in school and sometimes I have that extra time and I just want to come talk to y'all. It could be during the day, it could be in the night when she sleep. I don't know. So turn on that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload. I'm here every day, either way. Every day I'm dropping something. Um, I appreciate each and every one of you. I can't do it without you. Those of you who are always here, always showing up. You always show up to show out, and I appreciate you so much. So you already know how I'm gonna end this thing off talking about my kingdom builders. My friends, this group is getting so much bigger. Every single Wednesday, more kingdom builders are being interviewed. It's just a bunch of us who are together, who are positive. We're uplifting. We're doing our own job for the Lord. And at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be reading the Bible or hooping and hollering, shouting and praying. We are just doing our own thing, our own way. We're being consistent. We are just being genuine. We're being real. We are, we're just showing you love like we would expect to be shown love as well. But at the end of the day, the ultimate glory comes from God because we are doing what we are being called to do, whether it be this or that. And there's more to come. Me personally, I obtained a life coach. Um, and with this life coach, my last week's assignment was to step outside the box and do something I've never done before. This will be it. Giving you Kingdom Building Fridays, where I not only talk about the word, but talk about my testimony of something I've never done. I've been on YouTube for a year and some, and not even a year, almost a year. And I was really nervous because I was really just coming to cook and clean and show you what I do as a mom. But outside of that, I'm a person and I didn't really know who I was, but I know that I'm facing a lot. I'm still facing a lot. But I was just looking for something just to make it easier. So, I figured that I kept having issues here and there with this person, that person. So eventually I'm figuring, man, it might actually just be me. So I obtained this life coach, not only just a life coach, but a spiritual life coach that has changed my life. I was afraid to pick up the Bible. I haven't picked up the Bible since I was 14. But now at 36, I'm able to say that I did that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing that. And as I continue to do it, I continue to dig in. I'm excited to share with you. So that's just something that I've never done before. So I love these talks, and so does everyone else. I appreciate that because I doubted myself at the beginning of these encouraging talks. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what I was talking about. I was kind of what is it, discouraged because people would show up and people would not show up, and I would be like, oh man, well, where's my buddy? Well, where's my buddy? Yeah, and so and so. It just turns out that I'm just getting better. I'm moving on a different level, and people just don't want to be bothered with me no more, which is okay. But I'm getting to that point, and I feel a lot better about it now. Just to say that once I start letting God use me, look, all type of things are coming up, okay? And I wasn't even prepared for it. So just hang on tight and join me. Surround yourself with people just like me who are trying to be better just like you. Um, that AM lineup starts right here with me, 6:15. Then we'll head over to Frugal Mama at 7 a.m. She's doing more than just exercise at 7. She's strengthening our minds and our souls. And she does a lot of other things on Saturdays that you don't want to miss. I mean, if you're ready to get up, get moving, whether you got to get shopping, cooking, cleaning, whatever you got to do, get up and join Frugal Mama on a Saturday and then relax later on with that podcast. Yes. Okay. But after that, we'll head on over to Unique Speaks at 7:30 a.m. Unique does morning prayer, but she's setting the tone for prayer. You can't just get up and say, I'm gonna pray. You gotta make sure it's quiet. You gotta make sure you hear God first and then jump into prayer. So she's not praying for you. It's not an opportunity to come in and say, please pray for me and my family and then leave and that be that. She's here to touch and agree. Okay. So um she's here to touch and agree with those things that you've already prayed on this morning. So come on over. After that, Miss B keeping us moving again. And she's keeping our minds sharp with those with the Bible trivia. That is just perfect. The Bible trivia. And Mr. Steve Gilmore's keeping us woke in this world Monday through Friday in the morning. But I enjoy him. He pops up later on in the afternoon. He pops up about 4:30 p.m. He pops up on Saturday for tap dancing, and tap dancing is awesome. It's just I just go in there just to hear him tapping, just to hear the sound. It's like ASMR or something. It's awesome. And it's impressive because I'm like, I wish I would get up and try to tap around like that. I've been a slip and fail, but it's pretty impressive. You got to check him out. There's so many more. That's just a few, but we just can't we can't stop talking about our kingdom builders. And at the end of the day, it's so much fun to really follow the crowd and watch because you can always see the Holy Spirit come into the room. And when that Holy Spirit jumps on, whether it be in the room or on the person who is talking, the host, it's just it's undeniable. You can see it, and it's so refreshing. It just makes me smile. So I appreciate y'all. After I just talked for 10 minutes, thank you. God is revealing what's been in you the whole time. Let Him use you. Amen. You know what? Yep, that show is what it is. And I tried so hard to fight it. Nope, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Nope. God said, nope, you better do what I told you to do. You know what's best for you. So that's what I've been doing. Since you're doing amazing and it wasn't you, when we do great, people will find faults. I know that's right. Yep. Hey she, thanks for coming in. Good to see you. I'm actually winding down now. I was supposed to keep it short for those on the replay. So this has been fun. I hope your day is great. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Okay. Be you, show up the way you are, and don't change no matter what it is or how they acted around you. Just be who you are and just continue to show up in love as God loves you. Stay humble, stay encouraged, stay you. That's it. That's all. As always, remember, be true to yourself because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Bye bye.